Hello everyone and welcome to the program Talk Sports on Global Television. I am Samuel Odi. Many thanks for joining on today's edition of the program. We saw Carabao Cup actions last night. Manchester City showing that they are still a very strong powerhouse when it comes to Carabao Cup. Arsenal also showed that they are also a powerhouse. They defeated their opponent yesterday flawlessly, and they dominated, not just defeating, they dominated and also defeated their opponent. So we'll be having that conversation. Also have conversation around World Cup qualifiers. That's talking about the cricket, yellow and greens. They lose their final warm-up game. So let's start off from there. We'll be starting from the home front as always. As Nigerians male cricket team, the Yellow Greens wrapped up their warm-up games for the 2026 ICC Men's T20 World Cup African qualifiers against Zimbabwe on Wednesday with a 47-run defeat. Zimbabwe batted first in the game and posted 177 runs for the lose of 55 wickets in 20 overs, while Nigeria flattered in their chase, managing 130 runs for 9 wickets in 20 overs. It was the team's second defeat in as many games, but they bowed out to the Zimbabweans with one flash of excellence with the ball and the bat. Vincent Adewoye got the highest number of run-ins in the game, knocking off 40 off 29 balls, including 3 fours and 6 sixes. So looking at that now, on the ball, Peter Aho also got 2 wickets in 2 overs, conceding 12 run-ins, which was where the deficit started from for Nigeria. After the completion of the warm-up games, the team will begin their World Cup qualifier campaign against Malawi on Friday at the Tashik's Cricket Club later this weekend. So warm-up game, this is more like, it's called warm-ups, but in football it's called pre-friendly games, and also in basketball it's called pre-season. So we will hope to see that they would perform more excellently and also, make Nigeria proud at the World Cup game. So we'll see how all of that pan out for the cricket team. That's talking about the male yellow and green. So quickly moving on, Eagles beat Benin 4-1 in Waffle B opener. Nigeria's Golden Eaglets got their 2025 Waffle B on the 17th campaign off a positive start following a comprehensive 4-1 victory over Baby Cheetahs of Benin Republic on Wednesday. This happened in Ivory Coast. They came into the feature looking to register their first point of the competition after having suffered a slim 1-0 defeat at the hands of the Baby Stallions of Burkina Faso during their opening group match over the weekend. Coach Manu Garba's side hits off as early as the 3rd minute as they were awarded a penalty after Boluwatife Thompson was brought down in the area. George Aga stepped up and scored from the 12 yards to give Nigeria the lead in the first 3 minutes. Following still in the next 2 minutes, the Eaglets doubled their advantage through David Egen, who powered home a free kick. Egerson made it 3 in the 14th minute of a blustering opening first half. So this guy started off very, very early, and then this now still talking about the Eaglets has granted them opportunities and moved them straight into the semi-finals after the win. Golden Eaglets of Nigeria have booked their place in the semi-finals of the 2025 Waffle B on the 17th championship after a 4-1 victory over Benin Republic. Man of the match went to George, who netted a hat-trick, while David Eden was also on the target for Nigeria. Jamie scored Benin Republic's only goal of the encounter with only 3 games with only 3 teams in Group B. Benin have exited the competition, having also lost their opening match to Burkina Faso. Nigeria and Burkina Faso both have 3 points, but the Eaglets lead the standings on goal difference. The Golden Eaglets need just a point from their final group game against Burkina Faso later this Saturday to finish top of the group. So we'll see how all of this will pan out for these young individuals. These exciting results that we are seeing, despite starting off slow, but they are heading towards finishing up very, very strong. It shows that these Eaglets are very, very hungry and they are doing what they should do, and Manu Garba is also being very, very strategic with his formations, substitutes, and also making sure that the under 17 Eaglets gets to finish at the podium. And overturn the deficit that we saw from the Super Eagles B team, that's Waffle B team, as they stumbled out of the competition without any substantial result. So we'll see how all of this pan out as they'll be facing up Burkina Faso, who they lost to the past weekend, who they'll be facing again this weekend, and we'll see what this matchup will be for these young athletes and young football players. So moving on, another big concern now for Nigeria. The Flying Eagles have been so concerned. There's a whole lot of concerning situations coming up from the camp of the Flying Eagles. Ahead of the 2025 Under-20 World Cup, Flying Eagles suffers injury blow, which is something very devastating for the team at this point. Flying Eagles defender Marvelous Freedom has been ruled out of the 2025 FIFA Under-20 World Cup due to a knee injury. Freedom sustained the injury during training this week. The Ikorodu City centre back won't recover within the time frame of the competition. Meanwhile, head coach Aliu Zubairu has called Wiki Torres defender Haruna Aliu as replacement for Freedom. Aliu was dropped from the team on the eve of their departure to Chile for their final preparation. The youngster is now expected to travel to Chile on Friday morning to link up with the rest of the team. The Flying Eagles will start their campaign at the Under-20 World Cup against Norway next week, Monday. Colombia and South Arabia are the countries also the countries in the same group as the Flying Eagles. So we will see how all of this pan out for the team. Now, it's a concern, most of the times Ali Zubairu has come out to say a whole lot around funding for the team and all. Now, if this hadn't happened, or let's say we were never wishing Freedom to be injured, but imagine this injury happened when the World Cup kicked in properly. Would we have to sit back and be waiting for a player to fly all the way from Nigeria down to Chile to go and represent and have a replacement? All of those guys, even if some players will be dropped, but some also, backup players should also follow the squad while traveling. Now, we just hope that he doesn't feel fatigue, and also he doesn't get jet lag, because there is definitely a whole lot that has been happening with the team. A new formation, a new style of play, a new chemistry that has been built up over the days, given the fact that they've been in camp, and then him coming in now out of nowhere to just join is actually going to, it might hamper what the team has already prepared for later before now. So we'll see how Haruna Aliu will be able to fit in properly with this squad, and also we are wishing the Flying Eagles good luck and hoping to see excellent performances from them. So moving on, let's talk World Cup qualifiers as Zimbabwe make U-turn, picks South Africa for Bafana clash. South Africa will now play 7 out of their 10 World Cup qualifying matches at home after Zimbabwe Football Association confirmed that their main match against Bafana will be played at the Moses Mohamed Stadium in Durban, South Africa. Zimbabwe has played their home matches away from home due to a stadium ban imposed on them by FIFA over safety standards. The Warriors had used the Orlando Stadium and Moses Mohamed Stadium for some of their Group C games. Still, they mute the idea of facing South Africa in Botswana to create a more logistical and more fan-friendly environment for their supporters. The Botswana Football Association, however, confirmed that Francistown Sports Complex was unavailable. This means that Bafana would have played 7 home games at the end of the series. They had 5 original home games in the series, but have played Lesotho in South Africa, as well as while Zimbabwe have now shown comfort at them again. Now, this is very concerning. Why didn't it's looking as if they've been more favored when it comes to this year's this World Cup qualifying series? If you look at it now, 10 games are meant to be played. out of those 10, 7 has been played at home. That means you understand this pitch, you have the fan support and all of that. So looking at this, it looks as if South Africa has been very, very favored when this matchups it's ongoing in this World Fires. But we'll see how all of this pan out as the match will be coming up. But quickly, before we go and talk have other conversations around the football, let me quickly bring you highlights of a boxing match that happened between David Garcia over the Frank Martins, I beg your pardon, and Davis over this a couple of hours ago. So I'll bring you those highlights quickly, and then we'll get in and then have a conversation around Arsenal as they beat Port Vale 2-0 to reach Cup last